This is a KHEMWEST public service announcement for the perpetuation of higher consciousness.
Making the choice to take a chance could change your life. Every day we make choices, and our job for ourselves is to make the best and wisest choice. Then we must learn to take the chances that allow us to live life from our highest excitement. This action will align you more and more with your higher self, that first mind would always hear, and produce more and more synchronicities for you in your life. And this is the beginning of a life change for your better. This is a KHEMWEST public service announcement for the perpetuation of higher consciousness.
Yo, this is how you know your life is pharaonic. Where you can look in the world and see me down you can war. With multitudes and multitudes of infinity in store. Keeping your spirit soaring high like head who let your root cause. You are the one in the matrix that is the pharaonic. Gods on the planet. Kepara, Mherubede, Christ expanded. Renaissance in effect. Third eye in effect. Fifth dimension in effect. And this is how you can check. Cause you're wearing pharaonic. Chill.
Get that greatness.
This commercial is brought to you by
Morocco. New adornments for the new gods.
Greetings, family. We're about to embark on the one-year mark of Summit of the Moors. Summit of the Moors is a galvanizing event where we take all Moors from around the planet and we work on one particular agenda. And we have been working this agenda. And that agenda is three primary things: food, clothing, and shelter. Now, we are working on creating financial sectors owned and controlled by Moors in order to capture and create inheritable wealth for our children. We're talking about investing, partnerships, building, the application of controlling independent agricultural systems, real estate, housing, land, manufacturing, distribution, wholesale. These are the things that will make a nation. These are the things that will secure wealth for our children and our grandchildren's children. Summit of the Moors, January 10th through the 11th. Check us out on the website, summitofthemoors.com. Peace.
Let me rewind a little bit now, because that was Brother Dallo. Stay cool. Now, and it's great because it seems like we were right on the same time, you know? Like we saying the same thing. I hadn't even heard that intro. That's an amazing intro. So let me reintroduce you to my brother from another mother in another planet. Brother Dallo, say cool. What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, I was right on the same time. All right, we're going to get this party started. But before that, I do got a small interview that I got to do with Brother Djehwti, Awsar. He is doing big things with Infinite KHEMWEST 102.5. It's the sounds of higher consciousness. Awesome site, www.str8ik8.com. Need y'all to check it out. We had him on the show before with Brother Pharaoh from Pharaonic Brands. So he's about to like relaunch some things. So we want to talk about it because it's all in the spirit. This brother's more. He's doing the economic things. I'm trying to tell y'all the solution is very simple. All we got to do is start talking to each other, communicating with each other more, start buying from each other more, engaging in that commerce as we Moors have to do, start dating each other more, start marrying each other more, start having sex with each other more, start having babies with each other more, and let that cycle keep continuing. So we're going to do all these types of things, not necessarily sex and all that type of stuff right here tonight, but we really engaging and we going hard on the economic piece. So without any further ado, Brother Djehwti, welcome to Abundance Child Worldwide. You are on the air.
Islam, Hotep, what's good?
Everything.
Peace. Hotep, peace. So, good to be back on the show again.
Yeah, indeed. You see how they trying to block us? I was like, wait a minute, I'm on the air, but there's no switchboard. I can't, what's going on? I'm, like, what people texting me, like, 24 hours later, I'm like, come on, man, like, stop it.
Word, true that. Well, BTR has a lot of glitches. I think they're probably having some growing pains right now. Been hearing a lot of stuff like that going on with shows, like halfway in the middle, shows get kicked out and all sorts of craziness. Yeah. So, hopefully they'll have that straightened out a little bit.
True. So, I'm really, I did a little bit of time today, like going through the website. That website is really well put together. It's clean. It's clear. I'm like, damn, how can I get some advertisement? You know, when I got down to the Moore Empire and our health minister, I was like, what? What? I was like, nah, this is just too much. Like, okay, I'm totally. And then in the lifestyle section is the same logo that Brother Dallo has for the Kemetic Empire. So I'm just like double tripping. I don't know if you noticed one of the other flyers I put out for the show with Brother Dallo on it. It's the same, like, y'all got the same logo, so.
True, I got to check that out. But, you know, great minds think alike, so it's that time right now.
Yeah, well, not the exact same. It's just, you know, similar imagery.
Yeah, you know, it's all about the high concept, you know,
going on?
Geometry. Well, yeah, as you said, we're, you know, just getting into the launch of the website for the radio network about 2-3 weeks ago. And, you know, we're really excited about that and everything. And pretty much, you know, as you said, we're trying to deliver something that's, you know, nice, clean, and crisp, you know, for people to digest the information that we have there. We're pretty much breaking it down in 3 segments, news, music, and videos. You know what I mean? So, and, you know, we're also going to be doing some more things under the lifestyle section. Like, we really haven't built that out quite yet. But
I'm on that section now.
Yeah, okay, cool. So basically, on that section, we're going to be working with a sister named Sabe, and she's a gourmet chef and all that for vegan foods and whatnot. So she's going to start, you know, contributing should I say, some recipes and stuff like that, articles regarding food and, you know, the right way to eat. You know what I mean? And also with that section, we're going to, you know, have some stuff, you know, in that with fashion and stuff like that. Got a new segment that's going to be coming up in a few weeks called Shoe Game. That's going to be hosted by the God Unique Universal from Atlanta. And, you know, so basically we're, you know, putting this music magazine together, and we want to keep everything, you know, with the essence of what we are about with KHEMWEST, you know, the furthering of the Moorish paradigm. So, of course, we have to holler out, you know, the Lords that are making more and, you know, get them to basically give us a report every week of what's going on with what they're doing, what works they're putting in. And, you know, so pretty much that's what we're doing with that, you know what I mean? So, you know, we're really excited about it.
I'm really, really pleased. This is clean. This is exactly what we need. I'm trying to figure out how do I get Abundance Child Worldwide on there, Drop Squad Kitchen, you know, all of that, like everything.
All right, that's what it is right there. That's done. You put it out in the universe, that's it right there. We get you right up on that. You know, I wanted to get with you anyway, you know, to do an interview and everything, so we're still going to have to, you know, get that done too.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more stable now than I was at that time. You know, I was in the car accident. It was just too much stuff, and it's just I didn't know it was going to take me this long to even recover, like, mentally and financially. Like, so I'm way more stable now than I was before. And in fact, it just made me real hungry. And I think sometimes that's what happens with us as a people. Like, it takes you to get in a car accident, like, lose something as monetary as a car, like something physical, you know what I mean? For you to be like, you know what? I need to get my stuff together.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I got real hungry.
Can we shout out that website for those who don't know?
Yeah, we'll say it again. You want me? Yeah, but no, actually say how it's supposed to be said, and then I'll spell it out.
Okay, so basically the concept is straight IKA, you know what I mean? So we kind of just got a new twist on the words, you know, how we flip it nowadays with the text and everything. So the website is www.str8ika.com. And, yeah, so basically that's the website. And one thing we're doing is we actually have a partnership with an advertising company, and they're, like, approaching the advertising on websites and stuff like that kind of differently, where it's really based on sharing. So basically with this site, we have a lot of content to be shared. And through that, we've been able to build some other things out where we can actually reach out to the community with things of what you're saying right there. We can actually reach out to the community and offer free advertising. Well, I mean, it's not actually free, but it's like no cash. We don't have to do a cash transaction for the advertisement. Pretty much we do it on a barter scale. So we can make our money somewhere else and give our people the opportunity to advertise on the station, on the website, you know, and grow with us, but not actually have to do, you know, any cash transactions, because a lot of us are micro businesses, we're small businesses, and we might not have the budgets that, you know, would be needed to really get that exposure. So with this partnership, it's actually working out real good once we were able to sit down and, you know, figure out how everything was going to work. So we was like, hey, you know, we can actually pay this forward to the community. So that's, one big thing. We have a lot of content to be shared, and pretty much, if people are interested in that, they can, hit me on Facebook or, my email address and, get some questions about that, and we can send out media kits and all that stuff to them on how it all works.
All right. That's perfect. Let's give the people your contact information if they're interested in advertising and things like that, please.
All right. Well, basically, you can go to Facebook and go to my page, which is Djehwti Awsar. That's spelled DJEHWTIAWSAR. And for email, you can email me at infinite.KHEMWEST@gmail. So that's spelled INFINITKHEMWEST@gmail.com. So pretty much,
Hold on, I'm trying to get all this in the chat. All right, so we got the Facebook.com/DJEHUTIAUSAR, and the email is infinite KHEMWEST at what? Gmail?
Yes.
All right. There you have it. Any other projects that we should know about?
Well,
my fault. I'm sorry, Dollar, you had a question?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, how do you choose your models for the covers?
Well, basically, as, myself and a few other members from the team, we pretty much just scour, and whatever we feel is pertinent, then that's what we kind of go for. Because, it's a music magazine originally, but we're going to be, having persons on the cover that may deal in politics, that may, be entrepreneurs that don't even deal with music or fashion or entertainment, at all. So right now it's predominantly music artists that are on the covers, but, as we grow, we're going to be widening that net a little bit and, starting to include other forms of industry as well. But pretty much just, whatever we feel is resonating with us, that's kind of what we go with. And as well as, just kind of, keeping the popular culture too, because like with how we work over here, we don't like to preach to the choir all the time, because there's a lot of people out there that are seeking, higher consciousness and enlightenment, but they might not have any avenues to get into it. So basically what we do is try to keep it as middle line as possible. And so, some of the peoples that we have on there could be, very commercial, but basically it's to get the people in, get them into the magazine and start reading around and, seeing stuff like a Make Some More Empire and some of the other stuff that we're going to have up there, and basically, reeling them in like that. So, we will have a wide range of people that will be on that cover.
Okay.
I like that. And I really do like that concept. Because basically I was thinking about, I'm sure all y'all heard my rant earlier, but it was more about, like, what we're lacking as a people, and because we have been preaching to the choir, that we haven't really been able to reach. We haven't really been able to reach any, like, outside this little so-called conscious community. So I think that we got to start understanding the nature about ourselves, the nature around ourselves, which is that space, the people around me, everything that we're engaging in, and we should be trying to tap into all of those types of things. So instead of just being like, oh, I'm just going to listen to guy hop, so-called conscious music, we might want to be paying attention to like Drake, not trying to be funny, but Jay-Z, 50, and figuring out why are people actually tuned into that. Like, what is it that they're doing that we could tap into, and we can figure out how we can reach those same people. And
they're part of the Illuminati.
So yeah, I mean, I think we just get too deep. Like, we just sound too deep. We just look too deep. We look, it's just too much. Like, we living in a society where people actually go to McDonald's still. They still don't get up to turn on the TV. They still use a remote. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that's just the type of society that we living in right now. So we gotta start being able to cross over. And I always say I want to be one of the first people that, how people say they want to make it out the hood. I want to be one of the first people that made it out the conscious community. Like, for real. Like, oh no, Butter's got jets. She got airplanes, she got land, she got all types of stuff where everybody that's around her, they're self-sustainable. Like, they just live it.
Yeah, and I mean,
she made it out the
success.
conscious community.
Yeah, and it's all about success. It's about, coming up. You know what I mean? I mean, basically, that's what, the whole hip-hop story is coming up. So it's like, that is definitely, what we need to do in our own way. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their own special gift and talent. So, yeah, you know, it's definitely about walking the middle path. I mean, that's what the whole experience on Earth is about. You're in the in-between, you know what I mean? So the more of a master you become of that, then, you know, you can start tying the ends together, you know what I mean? So, yeah, most definitely, you know, definitely got to make it outside the circle and start reaching some more of the masses. Totally agree.
Everybody wants to be on a winning team, so if you want to be on a winning team, www.straight8.com. That's STR8IK8.com. Also, you can reach Brother Djehwti Kepra. How do you say that last part? Ausar-El?
Yeah.
You know what's throwing me off is the way you spell it. I'm so used to like AUSAR, so I'm like Aswad and all this. Djehwti Kepra Ausar-El. Like, come on, abundance. You know, I love to play on the words, but www.straight8.com. It's Infinite KHEMWEST 102.5. It's the hottest radio on Facebook, for real. You can check him out at his page, which is facebook.com, DJEHUTIAUSAR.com. Look, a lot of these brands, a lot of these brothers and sisters that's coming out, I want to pick up King Noble real quick, too, because he does make a lot of sense. I was building with him, and he was just like, yo, the weak are falling off. And it's real talk. Like, there's not a lot of people that was out there before making a lot of noise that are still making a noise. And those people who are still trying to hold on, they being hateful. Like, all they want to do is argue, talk about what people ain't doing, everybody saying what they are doing. Like, come on, y'all. So I'm just saying this brand right here, we might really want to look into it. It's real awesome. They got the news section. I think it's beautiful when you got people proclaiming to be Moors, but then you're also including a real government, a real society, a real nation that is not a part of the franchise of the United States, like Maximore Empire, and you're getting updates from that. Like, that's major. So you got pictures of like Erykah Badu over there, right? Mm-hmm. And all regular stuff, and then at the same time, you can go to the site, and all of a sudden, you get updates from the Maximore Empire. It's crazy.
Thank you.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'm really ready to see what's going on, and I'm ready to see right underneath Veronica. I want to see that Drop Squad kitchen. For real, like, I just want to have franchise opportunities available. Like, that's it. Like, I don't need the sisters already doing the stuff with the food and the recipes. Like, I ain't giving my stuff away for free. So yeah, but we do have franchise opportunities, you know, and that would be great to have advertisement on that site, because everybody's like, when Drop Squad Kitchen coming to New York? When Drop Squad? Well, you know what? I need you to franchise. And if you're really interested, like seriously interested, y'all got to come down to the Summit of the Moors. All right, summitofthemoors.com. It's a free event. Like, I know, I'm serious. Like, you got to come to the Summit of the Moors, because all this talking that we doing right now, this is all good, but some of this stuff got to go offline. Like, we not playing around. Like, we can't do everything on Blog Talk. So y'all have to come down to the Summit of the Moors. Those people who come down to the Summit of the Moors are going to get first dib, opportunity to be, founding members of things, all of that type of stuff, input, all of that. But you got to do the work. You got to be willing to be on the ground floor. You got to be willing to be a creator, a god. So, yeah. I want to thank you, Brother Djehwti.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me.
No, I'm great. And, thank you for the flyer, too. Like, who does that? I was sitting there, I finished the kitchen today. I was like, oh, man, that's right. He sent me a flyer. You should have put that out.
Yeah, myself and my brother Lakuba Nu from Brooklyn, we all work on the flyers together. So, I might throw a concept to him and he'll finish it out, or he might throw me a concept. You know what I mean? So we pretty much, handle that side of that together.
That flyer was boss. I was just like, can I get a contract? I'm just going to tell you what my show topic is. Can you put that flyer together? Nah, I'm truly thankful.
True that. Well, I got a question. Spread the love.
I was looking at the lifestyle part, and it was talking about the artists that you work with.
Mm-hmm.
What was the capacity, and could you name some of the artists that you work with, for those who don't know?
Yeah, well, my background is music, you know what I mean? I'm a sound engineer producer. So most of my work that I've done with people have been on the sound engineering side. And on that, I worked with Guru from Gangstar for a number amount of years. Did some work with Angie Stone, Herbie Hancock, Sade. Onyx, Be Legit, and E40, Puff Daddy, Ryan Leslie, three
RZA.
others. RZA, of course. I'm part of Wu-Tang, so RZA,
right.
of course. And so I mean, off the top right there, that's some of the people I had a chance to work with.
I got a couple questions. How much time we got up on this?
We have 3 hours.
Okay, well let me.
I mean, he have as long as he want to stay on. I just wasn't trying to keep him.
Well, let me ask you, out of all those artists, of any artists that you may have not named, which artist surprised you with a conscious effort and heart? Not someone who just knows the information, but somebody who actually executes what it is that may not necessarily personify in the public.
Well, I would say that would be Guru. But he personified it in the public as well, but he definitely lived it on the back end,
Okay.
Fredro Starr from Onyx, like, he definitely portrays a different image from, his enlightenment in his personal life. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. It's definitely a night and day type of thing,
For example, what you mean? What do you mean?
Oh, it's just as far as, just the things that I guess we would have been, talking about, like, 10, 12 years ago, just like, talking about Kemet. Like, we would be in the studio doing what we're doing, but at the same time, we would be billing on, Kemet or Nuwapu Science, you know what I mean? Or, whatever. Also Prodigy from Mobb Deep, and brothers too. So, yeah, but yeah, you definitely get a different side of the line.
Of the Moors.
Oh, yeah.
For real, I mean, on some real, we met them, right, Brother Dallo?
That's right.
Yeah, so basically, just general conversation. We would start building about things that you really wouldn't think would be, being talked about, creating, gangster hip-hop records, you know what I mean? But, I would definitely say, those people off the top. Yeah.
Now, I see you work with Diddy now. I know Diddy worked with the one brother who rocks the Fez. And, they got the clip on YouTube where Diddy throw the Fez on his head and all that. And, Diddy, he, occasionally in his Twitters, he'll be promoting, like, Black Power, the whole. Now, what's your take on that?
Well, I mean, I've seen the posts and everything. Like, I really didn't get a chance to build outside of, music work with Diddy too tough. But, I would say that, he definitely knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, especially with the way that we're coming at it in the last 7-8 years on Facebook. People are definitely aware of what's going on. This is like hip-hop in 1978, if you will. You know what I mean? It's an underground bubble that's bubbling right now. And Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not cutting you off. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, but basically, it's just that underground bubble going on right now. So, people are definitely aware, and, some people are going to seep out, some not, you know what I mean? But then I guess you could take Kanye West. I would like to say for the best example of that, like, Kanye is definitely Kanye West, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he is, putting Kemet out there in a way that is definitely commercial. I don't know what his personal intents are behind it, but I just kind of see it as the spirit working, and it's going to manifest however it manifests.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I wanted to say that, too. Like, I think that we're in a certain type of time, and that people's so-called blackness, their connection to that dark matter, is definitely presenting itself. Like, it's just hard to not, it's just hard to hide. And some of us tap in, some of us don't. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of people always preach, they have all the different philosophies and things like that, but at the end of the day, they really just about making money. And then we sit back and we critique the people who are actually making some type of finance. And when they come out with stuff, we act like it's just not that deep enough. So, or we want to criticize, like, who gives a F in anything as far as I'm concerned if dude wears a Confederate flag? Like, that don't have anything to do with how I'm feeding my family right now. But for some other people, that might be something worthy of having a discussion. When he came out with New Slaves, that might have been, for a certain aspect of the population, that might have been deep to them. Where other people are just like, you're not saying nothing to me. You're not saying nothing to you, brother Judy. You're not saying nothing to you, brother Dallo. We looking at it, okay, like we don't really know what your intention is. You're just trying to make money. I'm just saying it doesn't matter, but you know what? It did wake some people up.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. And I'm like, we need to be paying more attention in the so-called conscious community, and we need to start crossing over. Like, we're obviously not saying anything. Like, if you can't teach it to if you can't teach it to a 9 or a 10-year-old, or if you can't teach it to a pale-skinned person in order so that they can really understand where you're coming from, so we could at least do business, because that's what we always did. We had all the commercial contracts. You know, we were the Vatican. So I don't know what the problem is right now, where we act like we're just so high and mighty. We got to be like, peace and blessings, waving the incense, wearing our hair in a certain way, showing up. Like, what are you talking about? Like, nobody understands that. Nobody gets that. It's jargon inside here. So I'm all for it. Like, I play Kanye. I listen to Drake. Like, dude is deep as hell to me. Like, when that, Awsar and Selena, like, came at me, all I can hear on my phone is my ringtone was like, wait till I get my money right. That's Kanye, right? And then I'm like, Drake, motherfuckers never love, you know what I'm saying? Remember? Like, that's all I'm going to say when I got the Girls Society, everything popping, and franchises popping, all of us got our land, all this type of stuff. When everybody said, you know, I wasn't really doing it, and I'm just fake, and I'm redundant, abundance, what they call me, redundant, y'all? Like, it was crazy. That's crazy. You know, all of that, I was like, damn. All I kept playing over and over and over again was the Drake, motherfuckers never love me. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, day ones, like Brother Dollo, day one. You know what I mean? Like, day one. Brother Pharaoh, day one, from when I first came on the scene, like, in New York. Sister Nadra, day one. I'm just saying, like, I'm just staying with my day ones. All them other people, I don't know who y'all are anyway. So
check this out. This is like, I say the same thing, man. We talk about some of these artists, and then occasionally you got to come in, you got to spank up people's little mentality, because what they don't understand, if that dude is rocking the rebel flag, which is what it's called, or the Confederate flag, there are a lot of our brothers and sisters, our elders, that fought for the Confederacy.
Yes.
So you understand, you understand when the European waves that flag, they say they wave that flag because it's a part of their culture. They're not saying, even if their culture was necessarily enslaving or hanging some of us, that may not be the part that we don't know which part, but it just happened to be attached to that flag. The same as the same flag that we have today. It still doesn't separate this flag from that flag.
They sure don't.
Still are new slaves. People are still being hanged. Sisters are being shot on the porch asking for help. Women are getting 20 years for shooting at abusive husbands. You know, ain't shit changed. So when a nigga get mad at another nigga for wearing the flag that our people fought up under, it's stupid. You understand? So let that nigga sell flags. We don't know what his intent is. He ain't, you understand what I'm saying? Let him do what he gonna do. It don't feed our children. It doesn't build empires. It does not have political connections. He's in the entertainment world. Let him stay there. It's like the mob. The police says, let the mob kill the mob. You understand? Let him do what he's gonna do over there. Now, if you allow an entertainer to influence your children in that instance, then that's on the parenthood. That's on them.
True.
Over here, we about building that real building, beyond the talking. You understand? So I got another question real quick.
I do too. I got a question about, like, community service. Like, how do you give back to the community? I mean, the nature of your business is giving back to the community, but I mean on some old, like, pro bono.
Well, right now, actually, I mentioned this the last time I was on the show, but basically with the Pharaonic brand, what we're doing is reaching out to this company called worldformoney.org, and basically what they do is teach young black youth how to deal with money. Basically just getting us over the hump with our relationship of money. You know what I mean? Learn how to make money, learn how to manage money. So that's the one situation right now that we're trying to get going. And basically what we want to do is just give them some free merchandise for whatever accolades students might get per month, or every 3 months, 6 months, or whatever. But basically we want to get involved with that to add a additional aspect of to what they're teaching. You know what I mean? It's all about Moorish power and the black power, whatever. You know what I mean? And pretty much we just want to add that historical aspect to what they're doing. You know what I mean? So basically that's the main thing we're working to get going. They're based out of Harlem too, so shouts out to Harlem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about. I just got Nas' album, and I'm late. Now the 2 albums I just got was Drake. One was one of them. And I got Nas' album. And I didn't realize the album came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
It really been itching on my man. And this, to me, I mean, Nas is dope. But it's almost like how Rakim was. It's like Rakim, to me, is the best of all times, but the production was always slacking somewhere, so he couldn't fit. Like, he could never cross pop. He couldn't pop that, that pop.
Mm-hmm.
That pop line. So the song, my favorite song, the album is basically my workout album for the next 3 months. It rides all the way through.
True.
I mean, there's no skipping this joint. But when he got that piece, Accidental Murderers, with the production done by No ID, featured Rick Ross, and people hate. I know a lot of New York cats hate on Rick Ross. I don't know, because he was a CEO or whatever, but that man held his own with Nas, man, on his own track. That track is dope. If you don't know, it talks about cats that be bragging about killing and shooting, and they never really meant to kill anybody. You know, he said your gun's a virgin. And then they got one with Leslie Ryan rapping on the end of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's dope. What do you think about Rick Ross?
I like Rick Ross for his music, right? It's I kind of don't. Well, he's a drug pusher rapper. He's a coke rapper. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is, right? So it's just like
keep it real.
Yeah, I mean, keep it definitely real. So I like his music though, man. I mean, for what people are listening to, I definitely give him his props from a musician standpoint. From a personal standpoint, I think that, speaking of the whole CO thing, like when that came out, he should have just owned up to that. You know what I mean? Because I kind of lost some respect for it, because it's just like, okay, you were a CO, so what? At least you had a job and was supplying for your family or whatever, however you want to look at that. You didn't actually have to go out and sell drugs, right? And then the fact that you then take, this drug dealer's identity, and, I mean, even though that happens, I mean, that's part of hip-hop culture. We take other people's names. So, yeah, it is a thing, but the fact that, it is pushed to say, oh, well, I'm this big drug dealer and you're really not, that kind of falls short on me. But music-wise, I like what he puts out, you know what I mean? If I just if I'm not trying to think deep, then I could deal with that all day. You know what I mean? He has good production. He rides his beats well. You know what I mean? So, and I think that I really like the fact that he really has a New York sound way down in the bottom. You know what I mean? That I like that. So, it's kind of a twofold thing with Rick Ross.
All right, twofold question. Who is the greatest MC ever, and who is the best right now?
I knew you were going to say that.
Greatest MC ever.
You are the master of your fate. Stand tall, proclaim your greatness, and get it back in effect. Veronic.
Morocco. New adornments for the new gods.
This is a KHEMWEST public service announcement for the perpetuation of higher consciousness.
Making the choice to take a chance could change your life. Every day we make choices, and our job for ourselves is to make the best and wisest choice. Then we must learn to take the chances that allow us to live life from our highest excitement. This action will align you more and more with your higher self, that first mind would always hear, and produce more and more synchronicities for you in your life. And this is the beginning of a life change for your better. This is a KHEMWEST public service announcement for the perpetuation of higher consciousness.